afternoon, everyone. I could encourage you to grab another cannoli or a salad or something or other. We're going to start the program.
Oh, really?
So my name is Terry Mcbride. It's been my pleasure to be president of the league. Yes. Thank you. I didn't have it close enough. Thank you. So my name is Terry Mcbride. I've been serving as president of the League of Women Voters of Lewisburg Area this year. It's been my pleasure. We have had so many great things happening. I have a few announcements today about more upcoming events. A lot of these things are on your table. So in addition to saying welcome, which I forgot to do earlier, I do have these couple of announcements. Number one is there are some of these small cards for you to take and distribute, if you will, about our 100th anniversary celebration on Sunday, March 8th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Campus Theater. We've been getting a lot of good publicity about it. I encourage you to reach out to friends and family, especially young people. I think this is going to be something we all are going to want to point to, that we were present as our league celebrated our anniversary and the 100th anniversary of women getting the right to vote. So Janice Bigelow's committee's been doing an extraordinary amount of work. We hope you will be able to be there and that you'll bring neighbors and friends, and we'll also be together on that date. So take these cards and feel free to pass them out. In addition, I have an announcement about Friday's book group. Mary Beth Clark is here. I know, there she is, waving. Anyone who has questions should see her. But she's encouraging people who may not have had time to do the readings. The topic is the Mueller Report, Volume 1, and a couple of audio clips as well. If you haven't read the readings, that's really not a barrier. I think a lot of us are aware of the topic, have been exposed to news reports, and Mary Beth asks that you just please come, and there will be good discussion, and the more that are present for that discussion, the more interesting it will be for all. Anything else, please see Mary Beth. Linda Harris, who just appeared, tells me that the Facts for Voters was printed today. Phyllis Dyer will be picking them up, and they will be available at Phyllis's place for pickup for all the people who do the distribution, and we thank you all for that. That's a tremendous amount of work, and the committee that puts that together, the whole Voter Services Committee, but particularly those who work on Facts for Voters, deserve a huge debt of gratitude. It's a big deal. It's a lot of careful editing, and they do a fine, fine job. Thank you. And lastly, we have Janice Butler here today. Janice is doing some work with the U.S. Census, and she's also our newest league member, so welcome as a new member. But she has a lot of important information about the U.S. Census. We have been getting emails, at least I hope you're getting emails, from the U.S. League of Women Voters about the importance of the U.S. Census, about how we need, especially in rural areas, to be sure everyone is counted. Janice is going to be working hard on this project for the rest of the year, I guess. She's got a whole lot of information, and hopefully we'll hear from her soon in more detail about it at another opportunity. But she does have literature here. She is also, on behalf of the U.S. Census Bureau, looking for individuals who'd be willing to serve as census workers. We need people here in Union County. Actually, all of our surrounding counties are in a similar bind. The pay is decent, and even if you're not doing it for the pay, which, as I said, it's decent, it's $17.50 an hour. As a community service, we need people who are willing to go out and conduct the census. And for whatever reason, people are not responding to what they're hearing about it. So if you know someone who might be interested in the job, please encourage them to apply. And Janice is a point of contact for that too. Anything else? Okay, all right. So with that, I will point you to, yes, Mary was the first person who had an announcement. I nearly forgot it. This Friday, we will be going to the Bloomsburg, next Friday, the 28th, next Friday. We will be going to the Bloomsburg Recycling Center. A number of us had the opportunity to go visit another regional recycling center. This will be an interesting comparison, a little bit closer to home at the Bloomsburg Town facility, and there are private individuals who've offered to carpool. If you don't know about this, didn't hear at our last meeting, we announced this. I know I have room in my car for people if anyone wants to drive themselves. See Mary Zimmerman about this. It is Friday the 28th. We'll depart here at 10 o'clock for a tour at 11. And since most good league activities involve food, many of us are going to have lunch afterwards. It's not a requirement though, so if you have a time constraint, don't feel like you have to spend the whole day at this, but it should be a very interesting opportunity. Thanks to Sandy Davis for putting that together for us. Okay, the last announcement on your table is the nonpartisan statement that the league adopted this year. It's really a reminder about how our organization is a nonpartisan organization, meaning that we don't endorse or oppose any particular party or candidate for political office. And it just asks that you be aware of this when you come to our meetings, just thinking to be respectful of others who may be at the table with you who are perhaps of a different political persuasion than you are individually. But it's a reminder that we come together as a league, an important forum for many topics and many issues, and set aside our personal views on these issues. So if you want to read it, I'm not going to read it today, but it's there as a reminder. So thank you. Paul Mauger, as a former school administrator, stepped forward and took the lead on organizing today's lunch forum, in part because this year the League of Women Voters is celebrating its 100th anniversary. And one of our primary missions from the very start of our existence has been in support of public education. So today we're fortunate to have as our guests the superintendents of 2 of the public schools which serve Union County. These schools educate the majority of our students here in Union County. Mr. Daniel Lichtel, Superintendent of Mifflinburg Area School District, and Dr. Stephen Skalka, Superintendent of the Lewisburg Area School District, will each present their thoughts concerning current educational issues in their respective school districts in about a 20-minute period. Then their presentations will follow with an opportunity for a 20-minute question and answer session from the audience. So they're going to figure out their timing. We've allowed for time for your questions. Please hold your questions to the end. Both superintendents asked for a simple introduction, so I will simply note that each has more than 30 years of experience in public education in the classroom and in a variety of administrative positions. Please welcome Dr. Lichtel and Dr. Skalka. Thank you. And please feel free to help yourselves to lunch.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan Lichtel, I'm Superintendent of Mifflinburg Area School District. I have been in the area here for about 20 years. I've been in public education in a variety of school districts prior to my coming to this region. I'm originally from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, so it's not very far away. Current issues in public education is a very interesting topic to talk about, and I'm forced to think a little bit about historical public education, what used to be, and what has brought us to where we are today, and what kinds of challenges we have facing us today because of those changes. I'll start off by letting you know that my father was a superintendent through my childhood. He was superintendent in southern Pennsylvania. And during his era as a superintendent, there was no such thing as email. There were no cell phones. In fact, computers were just becoming available to consumers.